Hi, I'm Olivia Crowder.
And I'm Morgan Whitesides.
And we're from Madisonville High School. We use the FCCLA planning process to help us with our project. Step 1 was to identify our concerns. Abortion is practiced all over the United States, and we just wanted to make sure they all have the information they need. Step 2 was to set a goal. Our goal was to provide information about abortion to young adults and teens so they know the results of their actions. Step 3 was to form a plan. Our plan is to present information and make a difference in the way people see abortion. We also presented to our classmates and got their opinion on abortion. Step 4 is act. We researched many important facts and presented to our classmates. Step 5, the final step, is follow-up. During our project, we used these steps to discuss our presentation to classmates and get their positive feedback. This topic is a global concern due to the fact that it affects women with varying age groups with a decision to either have the baby or abort it. Now when you look up the definition of abortion, it shows us this. Abortion is a voluntary ending of a pregnancy. Abortion isn't illegal in every state, so that then leads to the illegal abortions that could cause unnecessary death to a mother and a child. That then leads to an argument spread across the world whether or not abortion should even be illegal or even legal at all in each state. To prevent unnecessary deaths, it is in fact that in the late 1800s, a law was passed to where abortion was illegal in every state. Then almost a century later, in 1959, states were joining together to legalize abortion to decrease the number of abortions and death cases. In 1997, 179 government states that abortion in fact is a human right that should not be taken from them. Now, if you decide abortion is the way to go, you need to figure out if it is safe for you or not. That then leads into unwanted pregnancies. 41% of pregnancies are unplanned. That means that around 85 million women a year want an abortion. Some people may say abortion is a good way to go if you could not provide to the child with what it is needed.
If you could not provide care to the child, there are millions of people who can't have children and would love to adopt, meaning that they could provide the necessary love and care to that child. Women ages 15 and 19 mostly feed into abortion because they do not have the necessary care or support system, or they are not married. Some women even feel peer pressure to have an abortion by their parents or boyfriends, due to the fact that their parents don't want the responsibility of another child, or the boyfriend doesn't want to make changes in his way for a baby or provide for it. Taking this procedure may not always work, and the later you wait, the harder it will be to execute this procedure. Abortion may be a right given to you by the U.S. Constitution on January 22, 1973, but it is in fact murder of a small human being. Some women enjoy the empowering fact that they indeed have the right to do whatever they please with their body. But leading with that, life begins at conception, so therefore an unborn fetus or baby is an unborn human with rights too.
How would you feel if you had to make this choice? If a woman decides to have an abortion procedure done, it may cause psychological damage, such as depression and anxiety, which is not a good sign for the human body to endure. In a way, it is also true that if a woman decides abortion is what she might want, it may cause her less stress on herself in the long run. Abortion is a way of taking away population control, but it is also taking away lives that could have a good impact on our country. However, doctors took an Hippocratic oath stating that they would not use medicines for abortion practices. Abortion does help reduce the crime levels of children who grow up unwanted. In the end, there are two people to this story: the pro-choice people who could be against abortion, but they don't judge nor put their beliefs on someone else.
Then you have the pro-life people who are against abortion and don't think that the child should be punished by the mother's decisions. In the end, there's always going to be a winning team or side. But this is a global issue that has a lot to do with facts and opinions. We may all have our opinions, but in the end, the factual evidence matters the most. As you can see, we evenly distributed the pros and cons. Our personal belief is yes, no child should ever be unwanted, but I don't think abortion is the way to solve this global issue.
There are other solutions like adoption. Yes, it takes a while to adopt out a kid, but there are millions of families that would love to adopt and make a child's dream come true. Abortion agencies don't always tell the truth, and that's a little issue that is suspicious and could affect your safety. They say that you are allowed to have emotional support, or they could even support you with mental and physical support. You can schedule an appointment, and if you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to go through with it. They don't want you to have an abortion, but it's your decision, and they leave it open as an option. If you choose to do it, make sure you take care of your body.
We hope that we can maybe put a restriction on who could get an abortion. It's not that we don't think these women have a choice, we just want these unborn babies to have a chance at life, because we never know how good of a difference they can make. We figure that abortion clinics should have a certain age limit. A baby can bring more joy than stress to some parents. It's a known fact that about 90% of women who don't have an abortion actually feel happier since they have had a baby. Some mothers enjoy having someone to take care of because they feel needed in life, or that they could change a person's life by adopting. Abortion shouldn't be a thing when you could take birth control or just stay away from being intimate.
That's what leads us to this next issue. We say abortion shouldn't be a thing, but what about women who get raped? This is where we feel the restrictions should come into play, because they didn't specifically choose to have the baby. Also, women who have gotten raped that go through these pregnancies say that the baby has helped them overcome their fears and struggles. This is why we would like to bring light into the situation. We would hope that you see both points of views and see why we think abortion should be restricted to save the lives of innocent unborn babies. We also did a survey for classmates and asked them certain questions, and they gave us our feedback. Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions?
Question number 1. What is the skill that you learned or improved upon during your project that you will use in your future career?
Probably taking the time to look and find information on certain facts and evidences.
And to be sure you know the steps it takes and what you are getting yourself into before you take that big step.
To also know that not everything is what it seems, and you need to do your research before you find everything.
Okay. Question number 2. What obstacles caused challenges in your work, and how did you address them?
COVID did.
COVID, and Olivia and I both have different class periods, so we had to find time to do our research and come and do our project.
And because of COVID, we could not get a hold to any abortion clinics that would give us our information, because we would have to go in and see them, and they weren't allowing that at the moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.